Hey everybody, what's up, and welcome to my first episode of r/Pettyrevenge. This story is called, whoops, wrong number. So, a few years ago, I was working at an office job that was alright, but my manager just didn't seem to like me. I had made some mistakes, but worked to improve them, and I did everything the manager asked me to do. But I got fired anyways. Most of my office mates felt it was unfair, as did I, but I live in an at-will state, so there wasn't much to do about it. The manager was pretty awful through the whole process. They really just didn't like me. So I waited 6 months, found a new job along the way, and I'm still there. It's much better. But I was still upset at the way the whole thing was handled. So I made a fake Craigslist ad selling a motorized scooter at an incredibly low price. It just needs to go as soon as possible. And I put my old manager's phone number on the ad. I was still in touch with some of the old coworkers, and I heard the manager was getting phone calls all day and night for a couple weeks. Calls at 6 a.m. all the way through 11 p.m. at night. They even had an employee message the ad asking to change the number, and I apologized. I must have typed it in wrong, as it's one number off from mine, and then I still didn't change it. And that's my story of my petty revenge. I'll admit, it did feel good. Kid makes fun of allergies. Guess what your mom gets? This happened in the summer, a few years ago. AC is butthole kid. PC is peanut kid. Me is, well, me. I used to go to a pretty nice tennis camp in the summer. I loved the instructors. We would regularly play at different camps, and they served a free buffet-style lunch. It was on a college campus, and so all the food was marked with its ingredients and with the common allergens bolded. The only issue was AC. He would always try to cheat. He would make fun of everyone, and he tormented me beyond belief. Most of the time, the only thing I could do was tell the instructors, who would just ask him to stop. But one day, he crossed the line. See, I've had a really bad peanut allergy for my whole life. I've had reactions a couple times, but they've never been life-threatening. Still, it makes me paranoid about eating food that I wasn't sure about. One week, there was a younger kid there with a peanut allergy. He was cool, and we'd sit together at lunch. One Wednesday, AC decided to mess with PC. He took a spoonful of ice cream that was marked as having been made in a facility that also processes peanuts, and started flicking pieces of it at AC. We told him to stop and moved away, but he followed us and got more and more aggressive. Finally, he got a piece of the ice cream into PC's mouth. He freaked out. He was crying and lashing out. I took him to one of the instructors because there was nothing I could do. His mom picked him up that day and he didn't come back. I was absolutely furious. Now, it was well known that AC didn't lock his back door because his neighborhood was really safe. Worst crime was some sunflowers being cut down. Because of this, I decided to check it out while he was gone. I didn't think it was technically breaking and entering because his door wasn't locked. I knew that he had a copy of GTA 5 because he bragged about using his mom's credit card to buy it, without her knowing. I easily found the game and took the case with the disc into his parents' room. I had been in once before from when I thought he wasn't so bad and he had a birthday party. Needless to say, I'm pretty sure his mom went crazy at him. I had taken the one thing that he didn't want his mom to find out about and put it right on her bed. He showed up the next day and immediately started complaining about how his mom had found his copy of GTA 5 and she took away his PS4 for a week. I felt pretty good about it, even though I had maybe broken the law. I had shut him up for the rest of the summer and gotten redemption for PC. Oh, you want to be up close and personal? I did something kind of mean. On my way to work, the first road I travel is a mess. Bumps, potholes, etc. It was pouring rain and a car was right on my butt. Speed limit is 30. I was going 25-ish. Trying to navigate my car through the mess. I sped up a little and was approaching a huge pothole filled with water. We're old friends. With the car still right on my bumper. At the last second, I swerved to dodge the gaping maw. It felt so good to see the car hit the pothole, and I know it banged the heck out of the wheel. Sorry that you literally weren't using it. Hey, here's the more lighthearted revenge story that I promised y'all. So, back in my junior year of high school, I had a study hall my last period. I only really wanted it to because I would meet up with friends after school. So, as every school has, there are some rude people who are super entitled. Take for instance, let's call her DB for douchebag. She always sat in the same exact spot at one of the computers in the back. Many classrooms had at least 3 or 4. One of these days, I was inclined to sit there because there was no reserved seating, and I needed to work on a project. Bad move. The girl huffs and puffs over saying stuff along the lines of, "You can't sit there, that's my seat." I calmly responded with, "You weren't here yet, and I gotta work on my project, dude." Apparently that wasn't good enough for her. She goes on to threaten me and that she'll knock me out. So this is where it gets interesting. I'm not a small guy. Yeah, I'm 5'8", but I have a more muscular build. By no means fat or buff, lol. But if I'm wearing the right clothes, I look like a football player. She was 5'6" and skinny. So I, dead booty, like the total butthole I am, start laughing at her. She threatens me more, but I know she can't do anything. I was slightly embarrassed, so my plan was to get out of my last class, American History, and sit at the exact same place for the next week or so, getting a similar reaction every time, making me laugh inside. It eventually got old, so I just decided to stop. All I can say is that, holy crap, I was so happy each day I came out. Steal my pens and pencils? Fine, I'll ruin your phone and backpack. So this one is kind of stupid, but I still find it cool, so here we go. Also, I'm on mobile, so sorry for the typos, and I should mention I'm not native English, so my English is not the best. So this all started in 6th grade. There was a classmate who liked stealing things, especially school furniture, from other classmates. One day, I noticed that my blue, green, and red pens were gone. At first I thought that I left them at home, so I didn't really care. But when I came home, I didn't find them. And it was at this moment I knew that they were stolen. So the next day at school, I looked around the class to see if anyone was writing with my pens. And you guessed it, the classmate who liked stealing was writing with them. The revenge part now. Now I was annoyed since it wasn't the first time this happened. So when I came back home after school, I grabbed a paint can. We were renovating, so we had plenty of them, and put it in my school bag. I was ready. The next day comes. I go to school, everything is normal until the lunch break comes. Now the guy who stole the pens had a locker which was kind of broken. You could open it easily even when it was locked. So I opened the locker, opened his bag, grabbed the paint can I brought and poured all of the paint in his bag, not only ruining the backpack but also the school books and his phone which was in it. Well, after that, safe to say that he didn't steal anymore. Hope you liked it. Sometimes when my stepmom is rude to me, I use her phone number to use her gas rewards. Our grocery store has a rewards program that essentially gives you money off of gas. And so the more you spend on groceries, the more you save on gas. Now I love my stepmom and all, but she can be one of the most judgmental people I know, and she always has some comment to make. It's never enough to call her out on because she always makes some such minor digs that you'd look ridiculous making a big deal out of. So sometimes when she gets to me, I use her phone number and take her gas rewards. It might not seem like much, but when you get gas for about $1 a gallon, it's a really good feeling. It's never been brought up, but I like to think that it pisses her off a bit when she goes to get gas after an expensive grocery trip, expecting it to be dirt cheap, and it's still $3 to $4 a gallon. These are all pretty funny. This is a new category of subreddits that I hadn't read before, so I really wanted to see what constituted petty revenge. I hope you guys enjoyed these stories and consider subscribing to the channel for more daily Reddit content. I'll see you guys in the next video.